good life. Show me what that good's like. I'll show you what's up right. We going all the way. Ayy, VSOP all day. Ayy, can't fuck with me no way. Ayy, bitch, I got them good.
We're so drunk because we do this every night. Yeah, we do this every night. Keep our Hennessy on ice, yeah. Yeah, you know my circle tight, and you know we got them good vibes. Got them good vibes. Got them good. Good vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes.
All right, y'all. Quiet on the set, please. I might just never let no one in. I'm not the man that you thought I am. It's not a secret how dope I am. You know my team was supposed to win. Got on my blinders, I'm focusing. Now I just lace up my moccasins. All that we need is an opening. Soon as we see it, we going in. Call up the papers, we pulling the caper. I did it with love, never did it with hatred. They say that we faded, I say that we made it. From minor to major designers, we're paper xenons. When I'm driving, I'm blinding the neighbors. Pull out a bandana, no hiding our faces. All of this talk about diamonds and bracelets, but I'ma be fly when I climb in a spaceship. I'm gonna shine when I'm showing up. Look at the time and you know it's us. 235 when we rolling up. Y'all know the prices is going up. They say that life is a Rubik's Cube. Meditated like a Buddhist do. If I could do it, you do it too. I know myself, homie, who are you?
Oh shit, now here he go. Mama, look, your boy strong and I kill these foes. All the fans in my timeline, they give me hope. Your man say that he'll out-rap me, but will he though? Will he though? No, cause at the end of the day, I'll get away into the shade and innovate 10 different ways to eliminate, then elevate into the haze. I'll make my name and they'll say, here he go. Shout out to my boy Tom with his dirty flow. Here he go. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna switch the pace, let the bass whip someone in the face. You'll never win this race, hit the brakes before you break. Oh shit, now here he go. Murder spree, if you heard of me, then you really know this ain't no joke. Yeah, yeah, oh shit, now here he go.
Choppers bang, chopper gang, hell rain. 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 I got 30 rappers on my hip, all my shit is permanent. All y'all niggas selling it, this my fucking medicine. Rapping for the hell of it, I don't see the point in it. Grab the beat and make it split, every song's a triple hit. I don't ever strike and miss, talking all that stupid shit. I ain't never.
This. All right. Good morning. How y'all doing? All right. This is the morning dive where we dive into the week. get ready, or the day ahead. Honestly, guys, I do this just strictly for myself so I can understand what I'm getting into this week. It's my own little creative thought bubble. I think everyone needs to have this at one point in time where you just stop. You stop for a minute. You take a breather. You look at what you have to do. Look what you have on your deck, and you just prepare for. You get your thoughts organized. It's the best way I can describe it. So here we are. We are on day 5 of this morning dive. I'm surprised we got to 5. Honestly, I think the biggest deal for me on doing something is I believe that everything will happen on day 1 or day 2 or day 3. And it's some things that like, doing like a podcast show like this, consistency isn't built overnight, is built over time. And that is something that I'm just now noticing. I think that, okay, I'm a naturally gifted, I can do it. It will come easy to me over time, and it should be able to happen like day 1 or week 1 or even month or year 1. Consistency and build and momentum happens over time. That's the whole thing of momentum, is something that happens over time, and that's something that I have to learn for myself. Is literally just learning to understand that, hey, things just don't happen overnight. So TLDR, I am going to start building on that consistency, and we'll see where it goes. My goal, one of the things I learned, I think the biggest things I learned while streaming and doing all the stuff that I do in content creating, I just realized. So I went on my Twitter profile. This is just me just shoot in the dark, throwing it out there, see what I got. And I don't care about this number. I don't even care about this number. I should care. I do care, but I don't care. I want to tell you why. Because for me, what matters to me the most is the amount of tweets that I have. So, and I wish you can do this. I wish you can go in and see, get a good count for your amount of tweets that you tweeted. It's ridiculous. Analytics. Let's take a look at you got. So why can I not pull up how many tweets I have? I think I have under 1,000. Let me look on the app. It's so boo-boo that you can't. Oh, wait. It's at the top. It's at the very top, I think. There it goes. 3,000. So I actually had 10,000 tweets. I deleted a lot. I deleted about... Man, I think I deleted almost about 8,000, 10,000 of my tweets. And I'm like, the reason why I did that is because I felt as if... I had to like put on an impression or I don't know. I think I deleted my tweets because I thought I didn't approve of it myself. I didn't like the tweets themselves, so I deleted them. And I look back and I'm like, well, you kind of deleted your own content, and 2, you kind of defeated the purpose of what it is. I mean, unless it's like sketchy, like really, really bad shit, why does it matter when I put on my Twitter page, So I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I feel as if I work so hard to prove or please or do when someone else is expecting of me, that I could defeat the purpose entirely of what I need to do, which is just be me. So yeah, where was I going with this? Yes, consistency. Yes. So my goal is to only delete 20 tweets like this times I stream. I don't really need to have a tweet that let them know that I streamed on this day. It's not a big deal. It's just an announcement. Announcements. I don't want to use my Twitter page as an announcement page. You know, I wanted to make it for a journal or a echo of my own voice that I am too caught up in my own mind or headspace. It's a way for me to freely say what I need to say and get it out there. So, yeah. But anyways, so we're gonna transition over, take a look at what we got. I like to take the mornings and take a look at just my social feeds and really just focus on my Twitter feeds and stuff like that. I love to look at what's going on. Gives me ideas. It's too early for me to be annoyed. Yeah, it is. I just like looking at people's tweets and see new articles and what's going on in the world. You know, I slept for like 5 hours, so some things has happened. Many things have happened since that happened. Oh no! I gotta read this too. Oh, that sucks. Okay, we'll look at that here in a minute. Because I'm really looking into Odyssey. That's crazy. Internals. Oh yeah, I gotta take a look at this too. Alright, so let's take a look at this real quick. So this is the Internals. Internals are Marvel. And are they like the mutants? I can't remember. What the heck is that? Dude, that looks dope. Is that a triangle? Oh my god, don't get me lying. Can I get the top view? It's like a full-on platter disc. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. 100% Blender. Or Cinema 4D. Like that right there looks literally made with some Adobe After Effects and some computer generated. Like 100%. They didn't even hide it. I would have added a little bit more of a fog. Oh, they do. It's very subtle though. Very, very subtle. Because they have the wind blowing and they have it. Oh, it has a revealing. See? They needed the wind to blow up a little bit better. I'm not gonna listen to too much of it. Whoa! Why? Wow! They got her in there? Oh my god. That is crazy. And Selma. Wow. That is crazy. How many people did they get into this movie? That's dope. Yep, it's Marvel. I knew it was Marvel.
We have watched, unguided. We have helped them progress.
The cuts and everything.
One. We have never interfered.
Okay, so they're like gods walking among mortal men. Okay, this is what I'm getting from it. Wait, whoa. Is that Bucky? That's not Bucky. It looks like Bucky, but it's not Bucky. It's not Bucky though. Whoa. He is in there. Okay. That's dope. Damn. Holy shit, they got people in this movie. Marvel be making that money though. Marvel be making that money. Holy shit, that lineup though. He's an Eternal too? Holy. Wow. That lineup is dope.
Who do you think's gonna lead the Avengers? And Iron Man are both gone. Who do you think's gonna lead the Avengers?
I could lead them.
That's funny. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm digging it, dude. I'm digging it. Two things I got from this. 2. Mental break. I hate trying to think on the spot and put things out there, man, because it's always like, okay, I get caught in my head. I'm like, crap, I can't spell. Oh no, you're gonna see me go to Google. You're gonna see me go to Google. Where's the $sign one? What the fuck? Why am I not seeing the $sign one? I want to see that. There you go. There you go. Boom. Like that. All right, cool. That's dope. That was dope. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Liking it. Liking it. Shit. Got some news. Oh, shit. All right. I see you. Dr. Elite Dangerous has apologized to fans after a host of bugs and issues were reported related to the game's latest expansion. Okay, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this in the article. We're going to look at MMO RBG real quick before I go to crazy. And it took the scavengers. Luckily, I could disable the turrets as well, placing the charge, leaving the pathway clear as I climbed into the cap pit. Okay, so you're describing your experience. I'm cool with that. The rush I felt the first time I walked into... Okay, so you get that. You get that experience. You're building it up. So, where... Oh, however, here's where the squadron encountered most of the issue. Connection loss. I was getting that too. I was getting a ton of connection loss errors. But it wasn't even that bad. Like, it happened... I remember it happened on a Saturday. Yesterday, I didn't log in, but I think... No, I didn't log in at all yesterday. Saturday, I logged in, and I was fine on Saturday. It was Friday that I started seeing the issues. So, I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know about this one. It might be server related. Fine. No, I don't want to. Do I have to? No, I don't have to.
More step is all it takes.
This is the trailer. I got that. So I don't need to see the trailer. So games report performance issues reported with the game's UI, a number of bugs and game breaking glitches. The most recommended user stream. Okay, cool. I can only recommend this DLC if you have the patience and can keep a calm mind while dealing with crashes, bugs, and lack of optimization and lack of co-op content. Wow, dude was brutal. Okay, but if you like me, someone who enjoys online games with friends and my tier PCs, then wait. Wow. Okay, well, here we go, guys. Let's go straight to the source. Let's take a look at what we have. Elite Dangerous, Odyssey. Let's take a look at the reviews real quick. The reviews are mostly negative. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Who would have thought a brand new game that released literally a week ago or literally last week wouldn't have bugs and wouldn't have issues? I agree. Wait, if you are wanting to go and spend money on a DLC or something like that, you're paid in to know. You should already buy in and say, okay, you are buying into something that is going to have some issues. You're going to have issues. It's known. It's known. But I will say this: everyone who's actually got the expansion or got the DLC, they should get the developers. This is what I typically see in most games out there. They typically go out and they give you rewards, or they'll give you boosters or something to say thank you for putting up with our shit for so long and buying it. Here's your reward for bonus. All the other people who waited, they don't get that. They get a polished game. That's what they get. So before anyone goes out there and rips people a new one, rips game developers like this down a notch, hold up, guys. Wait a minute. Think about, yes, you have the right to voice your issues and say the critical, like this right here. This is one of the worst game DLCs launching I've ever seen. This is an Anthem Fallout bad. Odyssey would never have been released this early, especially just 2 weeks after a paid public alpha, and of which I paid extra $22 for. When I bought the alpha, I expected bugs, as Elite Dangerous was never perfect, and I had set my expectations low. Makes sense. As I played the alpha, I knew this was going to be a rough launch, but never expected this to be this much of a disaster. I have 4,500 hours at the time posted this, and I cannot recommend this to people until the game breaks and bugs are fixed. So let's get started. Wow. He goes into deep. So at this point in time, he says don't ever. He doesn't say don't ever buy it. He never says don't ever buy it. He says I cannot recommend this until the game's bugs are fixed. That is understandable. This is this post right here is okay. It's understandable. Because you're not putting down the game to the point where this game is terrible, it's trash, I don't understand how the game company could ever keep afloat. No, they just said, hey, this is a terrible launch, it's the worst comparable to any of my other stuff. I even paid extra money for this alpha. I expected this to be a little better. Here's my issues, and here's my deep dive about it. I'm okay with all this. The new UI is horrendous. I've experienced many bugs and game-breaking glitches as a part of the DLCs. Not to mention the console players got completely shafted with this being delayed compared to the PC version. Which here's my one thing right here. Okay, game developers are going to release it on PC. If it's a PC and on a console, they're going to release it to the PC first. And the reason why is because they're able to code and debug the game on a computer faster than they'll have to do it on a console. They'll be able to patch it and release the patch and everything a lot faster. Because you have to understand all the jumps and the hurdles that you have to go through when you get your stuff on platforms. There are different platforms out there. You have to go through their code. You got to go through their strict guidelines on how to package your software. And then they have to be able to inspect your package before even bringing it out there, which that takes at least another week or so. I give it a week. Usually usually game consoles like PS4, Sony, and Xbox. They've been doing pretty good. Nintendo as well with their release. They typically, before I remember, it would take about a week. I know because Warframe will have it, or DE from Warframe will have it, or even Pearl Abyss will have it ready for the consoles to be digested, but they're waiting for them to finish it out for another week or a month or so. So it depends on the developers and it depends on the platform as well. So, but what I'm saying is, right here, this comment right here, it's misinformed. Like, I get it. People on the consoles are getting shafted, but at the end of the day, they're paying for a polished product. They shouldn't get these bugs in like this, because then they'll have tenfold of all the people who bought consoles that don't have a PC don't have to deal with it. Like, let the PC people get the broken shit first. I've dealt with this for so long. I understand it. I get it, but I'd much rather deal with it on a PC rather than a console, because then I'm literally have a brick sitting there as opposed to a PC where I could use more. I could have more functionality with it, in my opinion. So this right here, this comment, I would have eliminated it. I would have got rid of it. It doesn't need to be here. That's just my opinion. F-dubs, please listen to your community more, and please fix the bugs and the mess. I get, this is begging. I get it. you're pretty much trying to reprieve yourself and say, hey guys, me as a gamer, I love your game, blah, blah, blah. Kudos to you guys. You're fun. You're cool. I want to give you stuff. For me, in general, I would say this is fluff, but it's good fluff. He could not put this in here. It had a little bit more, a clearer ending, I would say, a clearer, conclusion to it all, wrapping up into it a TLDR. If he hadn't put this post right here, I would have got rid of this post right here. This was unnecessary. I died while waiting to the weapons in the station. And these are just bullet points. I would put these out there and put these as bullet points. Because from a developer's perspective, I would want to know, okay, hey, love the info. Let me see if I can pull this up from a log. Let me see if I can pull this up from a specific bug issue ticket and correlate that so I can understand what's going on with it, Because at the end of the day, the coders are going to have to use those bug logs. They're going to have to see what it is. A lot of people believe that gamers or game developers, yes, you have a QA department, but your QA department is only going to catch maybe 30% or so. Maybe even the goal of a QA department, I would believe, is to catch about 80%. Well, 100% is what they are supposed to catch. But I think, in my opinion, looking at being with developers and seeing that and dealing with the DevOps and stuff like that environment, I would think that developers and don't quote me, I'm not a developer. I'm not in that space as much, but I believe the typical number of bugs that are caught inside of your own org before release and everything is roughly about 60%, 60 to 70%. Once you hit, that 80%, dude, you banked on it for a bit. That's the goal to have. But most people they clear about 70%, and then you'll get a couple of bugs caught by, your internal small, alpha team. In the gaming world, those are your content creators. Those are your hardcore gamers that bought the alpha that are contributing to the game's success and stuff like that. These are your early access people who bought like the legendary set or whatever. Those are the people who actually are investing into this platform to be successful, because they're kind of working for it. But for release, your goal is about 80%. You're going to have at least 20% bugs in the game. If you have less than that, your game looks flawless. Like you literally had that baby wipe wiping both sides. Like it is polished to a T. If you have less than under 80% of that bug ratio of the game itself, meaning, how much downtime did you have of writing down the bugs and issues with it? A lot of people comment, oh, this game doesn't have a lot of content. Well, maybe it's because you didn't have a lot of bugs to deal with. maybe the developers didn't want to take on more bugs and more issues for you, so they released you a more polished game and left out the stuff that was more buggy. So which one do you want, gamer? Do you want a buggy game and a whole bunch of buggy games, but have it released faster, and have a whole bunch of content in the game? Or do you want a game that is released with not as much content, but very polished? Not that many bugs, not that many issues with the game itself. Which one? I guess I want to post this on YouTube. Comment down below. Oh my gosh. So overall, this comment's not bad. I mean, I see the rest of them. TLDR at the moment, Odyssey is basically a paid alpha phase 2. This time, we love up the lines. Yeah, I agree with this comment. This is what it sounds like it's doing, which that's what a lot of people don't like. That's why me personally, I believed in this case, the developers for Odyssey, they should have released this as a early access. They should have did an early access for the DLC. Because at this point in time, it's like, okay, you got a DLC and it's released, but I guess from a developer perspective and just a producing perspective, releasing it is just so hard. Like, that's why a lot of games stay in in development stages, because they don't want to release, because if it's released, then you have a higher expectation of a final product. So I don't know. That comment right there sticks out a lot. It does. It sticks out a lot. I'm torn on this because I enjoy it, but when it comes to the new player, I can't recommend this to a current state. And I'm okay with this. They should have it sounds like they should have released this as a early access kind of Odyssey stuff. Yeah. That's what it sounds like it is. I mean, it looks dope. I really want to get into it because you get into the plant surfaces. I want to see what creatures you have. That's what I want. Like, this is going to make me want to play. Here you go. Update 100 current. Nice. So if you shoot other players or ground, dude, this is dope. I really want to get into this. This is like, oh my god, this is like No Man's Sky, but so way better. Like, the combat on this is so tenfolds better, in my opinion. I love No Man's Sky. Hear me out. I love No Man's Sky. Me personally, I think I like No Man's Sky as a story-driven game, and a questing type of game, as opposed to Elite Dangerous is a sandbox. Let me just go and get lost into a world for 10 hours. It's an escape from another world, and I can dive in. It is like it's an MMO experience in my opinion. I didn't get that from No Man's Sky. I got a story-driven, plot-driven kind of experience that I could co-op with another player, with another friend. And that's the reason why I like, I like both games. It balances well between the two. So nice. So I will probably pick this up. I want to wait a little bit. Wait until things get polished. I might get it maybe next week, depending on, because I got a launch pad that I gotta get set up. I gotta get that purchased. I got some t-shirt designs I gotta purchase. That's gonna come out of budget this week or today or this week. And then I got some stuff around the house I gotta pay for. Fence got repaired. So here's my issue. So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. I don't have much time left. I think I have what's my first meeting? Crap. I should really check when's my first meeting today. I got a couple of things. I got 30 minutes. Okay, so we got 30 minutes before we do our first meeting. We might come back around 10 or so. It depends. I might come back around 10. If not, that's okay. I'll cut it off. We'll kill it off of there. So I do got to get some stuff done for work today because I was out. But here's my thing. So my fence broke. The little support beam right next to the house itself. So you have, the house itself. You have a support beam where the latch is, and you have the fence gate opening this way. Okay, so that post right there broke off. Long story short, we gotta get pest people out. We think there's some grubs and stuff like that are getting into the water. The woods split, water got into it, grubs got into it, and then it started getting so long story short, we gotta get termites and stuff. I don't think it's termites. No. The guy, when we looked at it, it wasn't termites. It was something else. Anyways, long story short, so The guys came out. He replaced it. I got a quote from a company, professional company, and they were going to charge me $1,200, but they were going to charge me $1,200 for replacing the entire fence, mail post, and the entire excuse me. So they were going to replace the entire line. So bear me out. It's about maybe, I would say it was about, what was replaced was about 3 feet. I'll give it 3 feet. The entirety of that fence line, plus the other side that was quoted to me, was way, like, it was almost 100 foot. So I told the guy that came over. He came over and he's like, "Oh yeah. I don't know how to charge. I'm gonna do this professionally." I'm like, "Okay, well, let me know." The guy who came out and gave me a quote for all of this was $1,200, and I had already bought. Here now, let me give you a little bit of a little bit of context to this. So I bought a new post, wood treated and everything like that. It cured everything. I already had post already bought, and I already bought cement, but he said he's going to buy his own cement, buy some cement and everything, and buy a couple more tools. I said I had no problem for paying for the supplies. He went and bought a pickaxe and post setters or whatever to make the hole, I guess. And I provided the shovel. So when he came out and I told him, "Hey, was recommended that we replace all the posts, put up metal post, and have the door open in the center, more in the center, down off of the slope, as opposed to where it is right now, where it's just going up the slope." He told me, "Oh yeah, I'm not very familiar with this. Familiar with how to do this. Kind of new to." I'm gonna put some music on real quick. Give me 1 second. So he didn't know how to kind of yeah, I'll start with it. So pretty much he said he wasn't very familiar with how to put the metal post in. So I was like, "Okay, no problem. Whatever you're comfortable with." He says, "If you're not going to live in the house, you can go get away with just doing a regular wooden post stand." And I was like, "Okay, no problem. Go ahead and do it. I don't have the pickaxe, nor do I have the want and desire to break up the concrete to pour down the new concrete." So the guy came over and I did most of the digging already. He had to just dig up or break the concrete up and pour the new concrete and put the new post in and repair the last 2 pieces. Long story short, I asked him several times, "Hey, how much do you want?" He used the quote that I pretty much was given by a contractor against me. I told him, saying, "Hey, I could give you $120 right now, and we'll pay you the rest when we get paid Friday, which is about $150, $180. We'll go ahead and give you, round you up to about $300 probably." The guy comes to text my wife. I was like, and I tell him to text my wife because I'm like, "Dude, you're not giving me what you want. You're not telling me how much you're wanting. You're not giving me a price range. And I told you right now, I'm not going to pay. I'm only paying you the $150 right now because that's how much I have. And I'm paying you the rest on Friday." Now, bear in mind, I told him ahead of time, "Hey, I don't get paid until end of the week." Before he started, it's like, "Hey, I can only do $150 right now or whatever, but you gotta let me know what you want." Had he told me the price that he was going to charge me, I would have told him, let's hold off until I got paid for it. But he didn't tell me any of this stuff. He went into the job expecting to get paid the full amount of whatever was floating around number that I was going to give him. So one, people who do side jobs or side things come into a job with a mindset of how little you're willing to work for. For me, if I'm going over to work on someone's computer or do something else, I charge how much I'm getting charged right now and about 30% on top of it, because it's taking my personal time to do it. That's it. So I round up to about 50 or 60 bucks an hour, which is not bad. So the guy came out, he was working for about he worked on the job for about 2 hours. So I said, okay, no problem. 2 hours doing the stuff, I can see about $100 for an hour, $200. Why complain about that when you came into the job with not having any idea of what you wanted to get paid in the first place? You know? I don't think he was mad. I think he was a little concerned and thinking that this is how much you're going to pay me, really? And instead of just being upfront with me, saying, hey, no, dude, you're gonna owe me a little bit more, right? Like, this is not all you're getting. It's like, no, you'll get more. You know, I told you this. Anyways, man, it's just go into a job expecting or know what you're gonna expect to get paid, man. Like, don't come in and say, oh, yeah, it's whatever you want to pay me. But then when I pay you so little, you're like, well, bro, no, that's not going to fly. Like, come on. So I saw this article. I want to see this real quick. So I used to love playing Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet. And I kind of have a feeling of what they're talking about with this. So Little Big Planet, you could build these worlds and build these planets and build these little obstacle courses and little maps yourself. It was one of the first games 3D that was released on the PS4 or PS3. PS4? PS3. So it was released on the PS3. Yeah, I'm looking right there. Why can't I not read? I'm looking right at T. Pause. Look at the channel. Look at the stream. Look at the screen in front of you. It's right in front of you. So it released on PS3. So I'm assuming before I read this article that they used the mechanic of building these obstacles to do hate speech. I'm curious what they did. Numerous hacking shared messages, but a new look low in March. I want to see this. Little Bit Planet as a fan reported a DDoS attack. I'll keep it on. We are looking into the issue. Speaking into the issue. DDoS attack hit. There were numerous reports of problems. Fans believe the individual behind the DDoS was responsible. Was ongoing. Blah blah blah. Social media. LBP went offline November. So what is this? I'm curious what they did, and I wanted to know what they did. Due to severity of attacks, disable the game service temporarily when attacked lightly. Wow. Is popular in the avenue at the end of these attacks. There's so many theories on the social forums. Dropping fans are getting back, arguing. Our angry fans tried to get back at Sony for dropping the series in an unfavorable manner. Oh, seriously? Why would you attack? Why would you DDoS the game? This makes no fucking sense to me. So because they are ending the game, you're going to DDoS or cripple the game in its current state already. Why don't you petition? Why don't you play the game more? Why don't you bring more people to play the game more? Why would you cripple your own game or your own love? That's like self-sabotaging your own relationship just because you're not getting your own way. That's the dumbest way to handle an argument or a disagreement. I just don't understand it. Me personally don't understand it. If you're mad at this ending, I get that. But you going in and sabotaging it even more doesn't validate your point on it at all. If anything, it's going to say, okay, well, guess what? We don't want to deal with this publicity anymore. We're going to shut the game down earlier. Oh my gosh, people. Okay, so from what I understand, if this is what I'm reading correctly. Okay. But Progress yet has revealed a concern of a long-term solution to these hacks. So he's... Okay, so I don't understand this. Why though? I don't understand why you guys would do this. If that's true, if Little Big Planet is being DDoS attacked by gamers because they were pissed off and got their panties in a wad or their undies in a wad, whatever you want to call them, in a wad. All because they're shutting down the series. Why cripple your own relationship? Petition it. Get more people to play it. You know, ask for create your own content to keep it up afloat. If I go on YouTube right now, if I look for Little Big Planet, will I get a lot of plays and stuff like that on there? I'm curious. I want to see how popular Little Big Planet is. Little Big. Yeah, it's trending now, but yeah. Go on Google Trends real quick. I knew it was something. I just couldn't remember what it was. There you go. Trends.google.com. All right. There we go. Yeah, it's low. Guys, it's low. Like, for the past year, it's never broke that much. The interest level was so low on this game. In general, you know? To be honest, in my personal opinion, the game itself, it didn't age well. This is a perfect example of a game that didn't age well. Sad to say, it brought so much creative potential and movement and innovation, but it never went with it. It never went anywhere with it, you know? Most of that goes back to the development. All of it really goes back to the game itself, the company itself. I think this was poorly published, in my opinion. I mean, advertisements for this game could have went 100% different directions. But the fact that people went to Minecraft over this, it shows evidence, you know? How do you compare to a game where you're able to play with other people, build anything, and it's widely has more involvements? Like the differences between this one and Minecraft is crazy. Look, Not even close. Not even close, guys. Not even close. Not even close. And the whole reason is it's a Sony exclusive. That's exclusives like this don't survive. They don't survive on those consoles, on those things. As soon as this was released on PC, it was done. Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. They just destroy it. They just destroy it. Ah, such a good game. So much potential. But I'm still sadly disappointed, man. Sadly disappointed. It's Victoria Day in Canada, so no stream today. Interesting. What is Victoria Day? Let me educate myself this morning. Hey Google, what is Victoria Day?
Victoria Day is a federal Canadian public holiday celebrated on the last Monday preceding May 25th. As the official birthday of Canada's sovereign. It is informally considered to be the beginning of the summer season in Canada.
I like that. That's so pleasant. Thank you, Google. And it gives me the dude's voice again. I don't understand. Cancel. Alright. Gundam Seed director makes a video. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Creator of Netflix series Eden and the producer. Okay, I gotta watch. Oh, that is what I'm gonna watch today. So while I'm working on today documentation and stuff like that, I got for work for today. I'm gonna watch Robot something Kill Robot. I don't know what it is. It's Netflix. It is on there. It is on there. It is called Love, Death, and Robots. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. That's what I'll be watching today. This week. What we got for this week for work? So I just got back from vacation. It looks like we got one of our servers from Microsoft and everything is picked back up. So I go ahead and once again go through and make sure stuff is patched this week. I want to make some progress on Friday to get my web app up on AWS, and I had my first deep dive session, or not deep dive session, I guess you want to say cross train session with the group. So just to give you guys a heads up, and you guys who I be, when I first went and applied for this position, or was interested in the position that I'm in right now, about last year. It's going on 2 years since I went and did an initial kind of preliminary interview for this thing. And I was training on Amazon's web services and platform as a cloud service and all that stuff. So when did the certification for the administrator, which is their I think it's their essentials. I can't remember what it's called, but I had the baseline certification for Amazon Web Services, or AWS, and I took the solution architect certification 3 times and missed it by 5 points 3 times. So I stopped after that. I'm a terrible test taker in a lot of situations, but I know the platform, so I stopped dumping money into it, especially since my company at the point in time didn't reimburse me for my other one. I said, you know what, I'm just going to stop because I'm throwing money away. And in 2, the company I work with doesn't use AWS right now. So this week I get my first kind of little cross training session to kind of show some of the stuff that we do over at AWS as opposed to Azure. Now, this week, I don't have much planned. I do have a couple of tickets open, some stuff with sequel I gotta look into. I'm gonna do a little bit of my own little business analyst documentation. There's a problem in my org that has been bugging me since I started, and it's and then to this day has irked me so bad that I said enough is enough. I'm going to do the work and research that I need to at least document this stuff, so that way I can at least get it off and let someone say, okay, hey, fix this. I need your help to do this and fix this issue here. That's another problem that I have in my own head. I think that me personally, if I think something up creatively, or outside of the box, whatever, I have to, one, think of it first, two, document it, write it all down, put it all into a space, and make sure it looks polished as F. And three, I feel as if I have to be the one to drive it, and also to be the one to actually build it and maintain it. And ultimately, where I am today is I have a hell of a lot of projects, a hell of a lot of things that I personally do and where I'm working on, and my mind is just all over the place, not able to finish anything. So goals that I try is working towards fixing that is this podcast, this right here, this time where I take about an hour or so of my time where I just talk to myself, talk to you all, talk out loud, get myself mentally prepared for the day, and help hopefully orchestrate and coordinate some of the stuff that I need to get done. And the last thing I do is, or the next thing I'm going to try to work on is start with the first two pieces. Think of the idea, document it down, and then drive it. But drive it so that way I'm not the only one or the one having to build it. And I think that's the biggest and the hardest part for me is I want to be a part of it 100% of the way through. And like a wise man has told me, you can't do it all. You cannot do it all. You have to let go. You have to trust and let other people handle some of those things out there. So I guess that's me working towards getting to that point. So, and Saturday Night Live, yes, some of the cast are leaving, which is smart. I agree. Pete probably needs to go at this point in time. So yeah. That's it, guys. I gotta get going to my first meeting today. I hope all you have a wonderful day. If you guys are listening to this, watching me or whatever, I appreciate it. But to myself, who might listen to this in the future, know that you're more than your failures. You are better than what you believe you are, and you can achieve greatness only if you are willing to accept others' help and defeats. Words of advice to myself. Hopefully that kicks in sooner or later. Maybe it makes absolute sense listening to it and you're like, I don't understand why I put this in there, but hey, if it's coming from me now, I'm speaking to him in an enlightened and high kind of moment because I just started off the day and I am ready, powering through. Maybe these words of encouragement will reach me in some kind of manner or someone else in some kind of manner. So, but anyways, much love to you all. I will catch you later. Hopefully, my work week doesn't go too crazy and we will be able to do a power down stream this afternoon or tonight. If not, goals will be back tomorrow for another morning dive. Like always, much love from T Love. Until our next journey. Peace.